Okay, so the first book that took the world by storm, okay, you had a theme going on with the first three books.
Yeah.
You had Eat, Nourish, Glow 2015.
Yeah.
And then you had Cook, Nourish, Glow 2016 and Nourish and Glow 2017. All did very well all around the world. This is a bit different, this next one, isn't it?
It is, it is. This is called Simply Good For You because I think that healthy eating has just somehow become a little bit too complicated.
Yep.
A little bit faddy, and it's started to put people off. And obviously, I believe that healthy eating is still inherently vital for our general health and well-being. So I wanted to just take the pressure off, say, everyone calm down, we can still do this. We can still eat healthy without it costing a fortune, taking up huge amounts of time.
And running away with itself.
Exactly.
Okay, so you've deconstructed it and you brought loads of goodies in. For people who don't know about you, how did you begin?
So in my early 20s, I had lots of health issues. I mean, nothing really serious, but I just wasn't a vibrant, thriving young girl. And I kept going to doctors and I just kept being told there was nothing wrong with me. And a flatmate of mine said, you might want to take a look at what you're eating. And I took offence to that because I thought I was eating a very sophisticated diet of croissants and baguettes. And
Quite beige.
it was definitely a beige diet. I mean, I knew nothing. I had no connection with the food that I was eating and how it might be impacting my health. I went to see a nutritional therapist and it was an hour of my life that just blew my mind.
Change your life.
Totally changed my life because it was simple. She told me she pointed out some very obvious things that just I had never connected with. And making just a few simple changes to my diet completely transformed my health. And that was it. I got the bug. I wanted to learn about it.
I was going to say, then from pupil to teacher, how long did that transition take?
So it took 4 years for me to study nutritional therapy, which is obviously looking at the science and understanding all of the different science behind nutrition, but then also learning how to become a practitioner and work one-on-one with individuals, which is the bit that I love.
When you walk into a supermarket, or any health food shop or whatever, you see things that we don't see because you see goodness and things that maybe aren't so good, and you see realms of this and other realms of that. It must be wonderful to be able to. It must be like a virtuoso musician or a pianist sitting down at a piano and looking at the keyboard and thinking, I know what's in there, and being able to extract it.
I think it's nice to be able to, yes, read food labels and understand that we actually just don't need a lot of the stuff that we're told we need and a lot of the stuff that's out there, and know that actually you can create a lovely, healthy meal quite simply with just a few normal, simple ingredients. It doesn't have to be faddy and complicated.
So without going into any personal details, when you get like a James Corden or a Victoria Beckham and they come to you, how would you begin an assessment like that? So, i.e., how can people at home sort of get themselves into that mindset?
Well, when I work one-on-one with clients, it is quite a comprehensive and thorough process. I take quite a detailed health history because every person's unique. So it's like putting pieces of a jigsaw together, trying to work out what's the underlying cause of their symptoms. So I'm quite thorough. We go into a lot of detail, and obviously I have to understand that individual in front of me and what their relationship is with food, whether they're a comfort eater, whether they're sabotaging themselves, or maybe they're just not sleeping or exercising. There's a whole lot of other things that are a part of health.
It's such a sort of Pandora's box of wonder, isn't it?
It's fascinating.
Of miracles, if you like. So if we had sleep issues, if we came to you and said we're having trouble sleeping, from a dietary point of view, can you start to investigate that? That would be one way in, would it? For example,
it would certainly be something like sometimes people are eating a really good diet, but they can't necessarily lose weight, and maybe that's because there are other areas in their life that aren't out of balance. Could be something like what time they're eating, or maybe they're not eating enough. That's often a problem.
Would you have, if you could ask, she's here, of course, if you could ask Amelia one question, what would it be about your diet, Vassos?
I would wonder how much carbohydrate is too much carbohydrate.
Oh, I think that again, we're so unique. It just depends. If someone's really sedentary, then they probably don't need to be eating that much carbohydrate. If someone's incredibly active, then obviously they need to be eating a little bit more. So it's really annoying. I always sit on the fence, but I just don't ever want to give a sort of plain advice and say everyone must do the same, because there just isn't one way that we all need to be eating. So it is a personal experience. We have to experiment personally and see what suits us. And it depends, obviously, what someone's goal is. Are you trying to lose weight? Is that why you're asking about carbs? Or is it more that you need better fueling to get you through certain exercise? We've all got different outcomes that we're trying to reach.
What would your one question be, Rachel?
Well, I want to know, what is the most common mistake you see people making when it comes to them thinking they're choosing a healthy diet?
Probably snacking, probably just like buying into, we need to be eating every few hours and we need these kind of snack bars. these healthy snack bars and buying products that say they're healthy. We
When they're
just don't really need all of this stuff.
What about my question for you would probably be if I was to eat, if I was to having it again, I know it's personal, but if I was to have an eating regime, right? What I'm most attracted to, which I can't do, is to eat twice a day for 1 hour, 12 hours apart or 11 hours apart, I think it is. So 7 till 8 in the morning and 7 till 8 in the evening, or 6 till 7 in the morning, 6 till 7 in the evening. I would like to eat like that because I'm getting older, my gut's having more issues. Would you recommend an eating hourly regime?
Not if it's stressful for you. Not if it's too hard. I mean, some of my clients, if they come to me and we get them to a point where they're really healthy, they're really thriving, then they might want to go on to that kind of way of eating if they're trying to lose weight for a film or something like that.
Yeah.
So I would say that a healthy individual can start to do intermittent fasting, but a normal person, I'm not talking about you because I don't know your individual health, but a normal person who's just starting out, I don't think that they should go into something as restrictive as intermittent fasting. I think, again, it can be much more simple.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm just finding it a lot easier now for some reason, thank God, to not eat as much. I mean, I still eat substantially, but I've stopped snacking.
Yeah,
I've
it's
naturally stopped
life-changing.
snacking, and I don't know why I've naturally stopped snacking.
It's life-changing. I mean, I usually say with people it's quite hard to initially train yourself to start to reduce the amount of food that you're eating, but once you get to that point, it's liberating.
Oh, it's
I
unbelievable.
eat twice a day.
It's
I
like
never feel
growing
hungry.
wings.
Yeah.
You just feel amazing.
The Chris Evans Breakfast Show with Sky.